Bethesda's head of publishing hits back at Starfield's start screen criticism. This comes from Eurogamer, written by Vicky Blake. Bethesda's head of publishing, Pete Hines, hit back at criticism that labeled Starfield's start screen as being designed by a passionate team, overworked, or a team that didn't care. Former Blizzard developer Mark Kern tweeted a screenshot of Starfield's start screen saying, which I need to look up this word. What is this word even? No. Hang on. One second. Search.
Which one?
Physiognomy. A person's facial features or expression, especially when regarded as indicative of character or ethnic origin. So not only is this critique wild, spoiler alert, that's my thoughts on this, not only is his take absolutely off the charts wild, but he uses a word that doesn't even fit. Anyways, man, I guess it can.
He's a maniac, dude. What do you expect?
I guess it sort of fits, but not really. Like the start screen, as if it's like the face, it's the first thing you see. I don't know. The physiognomy of start screens. The start screen of a game can reveal a lot about how rushed the team was and how much pride they took in their work. Starfield's start screen either shows hasty shipping deadlines by a passionate team, overworked, or a team that didn't care. Start screens are often done at the very end of development. Teams are too busy making the core game. It's quite common for the start screen to completely change once the game is shipping or on patch 0. Teams that take pride want to put on a good face forward and will often redo these just prior to going live, Kern's comments concluded. And then just some rando named Jassim commented on that tweet and said, hey, at DC Deacon, which is Pete Hines over on Twitter, next time you and the lovely folks over at BGS, instead of rushing to make a game with many systems, faction choices, and ways to play, I would urge you to only focus on the title screen so you guys won't appear to be hasty or simply didn't care. I don't know who this numbskull
And Pete
is.
Hines was like, all right, bro, that's enough of this.
I don't know who this idiot is, but not only is his criticism just doesn't make sense, but also he don't focus on making a game. I want you to focus on just the title screen. Like, what are you talking about? Shut up.
Like, well, bro, that's enough.
So P. Hines came out and actually responded and said, or they designed what they wanted, and that's been our menu for years, and was one of the first things we settled on.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, having an opinion is one thing. Questioning out a developer's quote-unquote care because you could have done it different is highly unprofessional, coming from another quote-unquote dev. Ooh, shots fired at what's his name there? I don't remember his name. Mark.
It don't matter.
Mark over there. So Hines responded to the accusation earlier today, insisting that the games had this menu for years. It was one of the first things it settled on. At the time of writing, Kern has yet to acknowledge Hines' response, but has replied to several commenters who took umbrage with his statement. That's pretty much the extent of it. There's more about the news here, about how big the game is, which I already have pre-installed on my PC. I'm excited to play it on PC, because it'll be 60 FPS, 1440p. It'll be great. Sorry, you console losers over there.
Gotta do what I gotta do.
But so let's talk about this. This random dev who supposedly is this big shot. I was looking up his history a little bit, and you were kind of telling me beforehand. Apparently, he worked at Blizzard back in the day, like peak World of Warcraft. So he's kind of a little high on himself because
he's
of that.
Delusional.
And he comes out and just straight up says, like, "Hey, either they're overworked, either your team is overworked, or they suck." Well, who is this guy? Like, what?
That's what I'm telling you. That's what there have been other people who I guess know of him from back in those days because they were in the industry at the same time, and they said the same thing. This guy is like out of his mind.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he actually got kicked out of Blizzard, by the way. They voted him out. So
wow. Okay. I was looking. Oh yeah. So here's actually the start screen. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can see it. So I mean, it is simple, but to be honest, looking at it,
I'm gonna spend 10 seconds in there.
Right. But as it looks simple, but it's the same start screen as every Bethesda game. You look at Fallout 4, Fallout 3.
It's a static image.
Fallout New Vegas, a static. Well, I'm sure maybe the
or a
background.
slideshow
Yeah,
of
it's
things
like
from
it's
the
either
game.
yeah, exactly.
One
It's
of the
either
two.
a static image or a slideshow with a text box with like 5 options. Like that's every Bethesda game. This is no
Skyrim
different.
is literally a black screen with models on the front.
Yeah, I gotta understand. Like, so this is nothing new or different or anything. I don't know,
dude.
but yeah, it's funny. I looked up this the Mark Kern, who made this crazy accusation on Twitter here. I looked at his bio, and like as far as I can tell, he's not doing anything either. Like it just says official Twitter of Mark
I'm
Kern,
not surprised.
as if anyone cares. CEO and designer, former team lead for blah blah blah, all these different things. So I don't know. It just seems like
for a
he's
game
full
that
of
came
himself.
out in 2003.
Yeah. It's just wild. Like I mean, we have our, don't get me wrong, we have our criticisms of Starfield as well. But
oh yeah,
I feel like
that one tweet that just came out earlier today. Somebody tweeted out some good old fashioned Bethesda jank, where you were the character was fighting a dinosaur and was able to melee them from about 6 feet away.
Some video.
And I'm like, oh,
leaked.
this is gonna be the best. This game's gonna rule. Classic Bethesda.
Gameplay video leaked earlier, and yeah, it was like this dinosaur on some planet, which at first I'm like, what is this, Turok? I asked for Turok and we're getting Turok? We getting Turok, dude? If that's the case, 10 out of 10 Starfield. But yeah, it's like this janky looking dinosaur comes running at the dude. He punches him from like 10 feet away, like doesn't even make contact. The dinosaur reels backwards. I'm like, you know what? This game might come out and be hot garbage, but at least it looks fun. At least it looks fun. Like honestly,
Yes.
watching that, I'm like, it's janky, but what Bethesda game isn't janky? And you know what? It looks great. Like
It looks like standard Bethesda fare.
It looks like every other
which is
Bethesda
that it's a
game.
very good game, but it's also buggy and janky. And I'm fine with that. That's what I expect from them.
Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Yeah. So there's that. It's stupid. I just don't understand. It's a start screen. Yeah. First of all,
It's
like,
somebody
you
who
spend
doesn't know
2
what they're talking
seconds.
about opening their mouth.
You spend 2 seconds on the screen, and then who cares? Like again, it's like that's what Bethesda does in every game. It's like no different. So why didn't they have that same criticism for any of the other games that have come out in the last 15 years? Right? Like stupid. Shut
I
up.
don't know.
Shut up, people.
Somebody sounds jealous, honestly.
Unless you have like something like a legitimate piece of criticism, like actually, like that's not even criticism. That is just like, I just want to be angry at something.
It's hating. That's really what it is. Straight up.
Crazy. Thank you so much for watching that clip from our podcast. Remember, if you want to watch the whole episode, the full episode, link will be in the description below. You can click on that and check it out. We got listener questions. We got more news segments. We got what you playing. We got a lot of fun things. So yeah, more than just the news. There's a lot more to the show that you should go check out. So remember, click that link in the description. Check out that full episode.